Guys, appreciate you guys as always taking time to come out and we can talk about our team. And we're so blessed, man. Thank you, Jesus, for the opportunity to coach this team and be around them. And they impact me every single day. You know, so excited where we're at, but more excited where we're growing. We talked about this even last season, right? We are on a journey. That's why our core values are in the acronym CLIMB, right? We're on a journey as a football team. Our players are on their individual journeys. I'm on my individual journey. And together, that's what makes the team as we continue to grow every single day. So we've been on that process over outcome. We have the outcomes we want that are easy to talk about, that probably everybody in the country talks about, right? Championships, college football playoff, you know, NFL draft picks. We're doubling down on the process of making sure, even today, our first scrimmage, making sure we squeeze the most we could out of today. And that urgency to do that and everything we do is that edge and that urgency that we're focused on with our players. That's my best right now, no matter what. Not when season starts, not when that stadium's filled. My best right now. That's how we're focused with our team. And our guys have done a good job. We've got a great group of guys, and we still got a long way to go till kickoff game one, and we need to use every single moment, and that's the process we're focused on. So today's scrimmage number one, you really get a good parameter of your team. Right? Who can tackle? Who can break tackles? How's the operation offensively? How's the operation defensively? How are we on some of our special teams units? And there was some good today. There's still a lot that we need to clean up. And so excited. It was really good back and forth. Defense started out really strong, got some really good stops, had some takeaways, and then the offense came back with some big plays to finish out the game. So it was really good back and forth. There's good competition on both sides, and there's still a lot to clean up. A couple guys to give a shout out to. I think Austin Bolt did a really good job today. Had a couple big time catches. Even our tailbacks, man, they're competing every single day. We got some guys hurt that aren't out there right now, but I mean, Malik, Dylan Riley out there freaking running their tails off, banged up, but still continuing to develop and work hard. On the defensive side, Jaden Virgin Morgan had a good day. I mean, he's one of our guys, and excited to see him. How he practices is the same way how he plays in a scrimmage, right? Your best guys have to always be your best guys, and that's what we tell our team. I mean, that's heavy as the crown. He did a really good job today. Ty Benefield had another really good day, right? He's continuing to lead and help our secondary communicate and be on the same page. I think those guys did a really good job. And a guy that's new to our football program has continued to step up is a D tackle, and David Latu. He had a good day out there today, and he hasn't even seen his best football yet. He's continuing to develop, and was excited to see kind of where he's going to continue to be in the future. So once again, those are just to name a couple. There's some other guys probably doing a really good job that I didn't talk about. But collectively, a good day. Excited where we're going to, and it's all about our process going forward.
You mentioned Latu. I mean, obviously, that D tackle position now, you'll have to, find some new guys to really step up in there. I heard, Lopez and Madre, obviously are, had both played today as well. Just what's kind of that position looking like for you guys right now?
Yeah, we have two of the best defensive line coaches in the nation in Eric Shenander and Frank Miley. So those guys are going to develop, and we've seen that not only just starting in spring ball, like Lopez, Sanusi, and Michael Madri have gotten better in their time here. And so they're getting ready to play a lot of football for us, and they're going to be built for that. That we're going to need every single practice, every single weight session, everything we do to get there. But, man, I'm excited where those two are at. They've been here, they've grown, they've developed, and they were able to bring in some new guys this offseason too. And so, like I talked about David Lott too. He's doing a good job. Deion Washington is continuing to show up too. So there's really good competition in that room. Are we going to continue to recruit to go find somebody? Absolutely. And that's at multiple positions to make sure we are bringing the right fit for this team. Not just talent, that's a piece of it, but making sure we're bringing the right players to this team. And so proud of where those guys have grown to since we started spring. And obviously with the seniors we had that graduated last year, and with losing Braxton, this is going to be a huge test for us to grow that line. But we will. I mean, seeing how they played today on practice number 9, scrimmage 1, man, we're gonna be good up front.
Lopez was a guy whose name was mentioned quite a bit last year despite redshirting. What have you liked about him, and how's he even grown in this spring? Yeah,
first off, Lopez loves football. I mean, I think those guys that, international players that they came here to play football and be developed. They are all chips on that table. I'm not saying that there's not other players on our team that way either, but it's so cool to see Lopez in that way. And since he's come, and he's been relentless to continue to learn and grow, and his game has continued to develop. Me extremely powerful, very violent at the point of attack, and you're even seeing his feet and all the techniques we need from him. He's starting to play blocks better. He's starting to play more physical. So he's continued to step in. Michael Madri's a guy that's very athletic. We've just had to continue to get him stronger and develop his body, and he's getting there. So both those guys are guys that have been in our program and are continuing to step up.
Just a guy like Braxton Feely, how tough is it? He's a 3-year starter. I know obviously you were very close because Isaac was wedding and stuff as well. Just how tough is it to see a guy like him enter the portal, and how does that pick a team, I guess? Yeah,
it's hard. I knew this question was coming. Want to be very, calculated when I talk about it. Obviously, I'm not going to speak a ton about Brax. I love him. We'll always love him. My heart hurts that he left. I do not believe that that's the best thing for his life. We had that conversation. Like I said, I married Braxton last year. I'm a part of his life forever, and we'll love him forever. But I do not believe that was the best decision for him. Talking about that space, for us here, I want our players to be focused and chase value over currency, right? You're focused on one or the other, value or currency. Yes, in value, there is a financial piece to that. No different. We're talking, this is coaches too. There is a financial piece, but there's a lot of value to be on this football team. How we're going to develop you, how we're going to grow you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally by being a part of this football team and seeing that we will absolutely make you the best version of yourself here. There's a ton of value outside of what you're making, even though that is a piece of it, absolutely. There's a lot of other values outside of currency that I want our guys focused on, and that's our team. Our best guys have always been focused on value, legacy, development, long-term, than guys that don't. Versus what you see a lot of happening in college football is guys just strictly chasing maybe the currency that is promised to them. And another just thing going on in the space is there's a lot of agents out there that do not have these kids' best interests at heart. That's not saying that it's, I'm not trying to be negative about it. That's just the reality of it. They get paid if our players leave Boise State and go somewhere else. That's their job. They're not doing anything wrong, but for a guy like me that loves our players, where I know without question they will become the best version of themselves here, there's a lot of misinformation out there via some of these agents, and then that's hard for me because I love these kids. Not because they just play football here. I believe in how their life will be long-term when they stay here and become the best version of themselves. That's the hard piece. So these kids are getting misinformation from a lot of sources that do not truly care about them. That do not truly care about them 10, 15, 20 years from now, where we do. That's a hard part of the space. But we're going to double down on making sure that our guys continue to see and know the value that is here and make sure that they're focused on that and not just focused on the currency. We had a great group of guys that are bought in, that know, coach, this is hard here, but I know I'm going to become the best version of myself. And we're continuing to raise the money for our guys. We're in a good place there. We need our guys focused on that. No different than coaches. No different than coaches. And every single one of our coaches had opportunities to leave at the end of the season. They wanted to be here. It wasn't, well, coach, if you can make this the perfect situation for me, I'll stay. I was like, coach, I want to be a part of this. I want to continue to change kids' lives. That's why I'm a part of Boise State football, and that's what makes this place special and makes us one of the best football programs in the country.
Braxton this week, Andrew last week. Do you find it's harder to, drown out those voices this year than it was last year? Are those voices, do you think, getting a little louder?
Yeah.
Or?
Well, I think just like anything, there's a lot of things that go into this. We're a top 10 football team. When you are a top 10 football team, there's a lot of outside forces that want your players. Illegally recruit them, however they want to do it. That's the space we're in. That's okay. I mean, I'm not talking about that right now. We've got to double down on making sure our guys continue to see the value in this place. And if guys don't, then maybe it's time for them to move on. No different for coaches. You got to know the value that is here. I want our guys focused on, man, I know when I'm around these coaches, when I'm around this university, this place, it is the hardest thing I'll ever do. But I know when my time here is done, I will be the best version of myself. I will be developed better for the NFL right here than anywhere else. I will be developed to be a better husband right here than anywhere else. I will be developed to be a better father right here than anywhere else. And I can go down the line because that's the table we put all our chips on. We put all our chips on the development table. So is it harder? I think just like anything, this is crazy times in college football. I'm not pointing out problems. It's just the reality of the space. For us, we're going to be different here. We talk about being built different. We double down on that. We don't just, it's not transactional here. And to truly transform someone's life, they need to be all into how we do things so that you can transform. This isn't a 1 foot in, 1 foot out program. That's not what we do here. And that's also not what makes you elite in football and in life. And so there's a lot of things that pull out our players. There's a lot of things, and this is going on throughout all college football. We are going to do things different here. We're not going to flinch and, all right, this is just what's happening, so whatever, whoever we got. No. These are kids that we love and care about, and we will be involved in every part of their life, developing them to be the best version of themselves. If guys leave along the way, which we've saw the past couple weeks, the guys that stay here, they're about this team, we are all in with them, and we are going to develop them to be the best version of themselves.
Talking about guys over here, you're looking for new leaders on the defense with guys leaving. Your Benefield interception today, JBM had that pick 6. Just seeing those guys, scrimmage one already doing as well as they're doing. How promising is that to see?
It's awesome. I mean, Ty Benefield and Jaden Virgin Morgan were huge parts of our defense last year, and seeing them take that next step, first off as players, but then even taking another step as leaders. I mean, they're stepping into those roles in a major way. I mean, both those young men love this football team. They are all, and they know, Coach, I'm going to be developed here better than anywhere else. And they've got huge goals for their life, as they should. NFL, even after that, they've got huge goals, and they should, and they know they're going to be developed here. So seeing them all in with their teammates and seeing them continue to step up as leaders that's in spring ball. We did lose some leaders, especially last season, right? The Ashton Genties, the Ahmeds, the Tubes, I can go on. But guys are going to step up. They've been around those guys. Through spring ball, everybody's still figuring that out. And that's what, as the leader of this program, I'm continuing to push that and put them in that situation where this is your team. Elite teams, they are player-led. This is not my show. I'm here to serve, and I'm here to push you to be your best in every facet of your life. And those guys have really taken the reins.
Andrew Simpson is obviously a pretty big loss. Who have you seen kind of step into that role after Andrew left?
Yeah, I mean, you watched last season. I mean, Marco Notarini is one of the best players on our team, and especially a lot of the spaces we were in. I mean, Marco really ran the show for us last year. So we knew, and he's always been that leader in that linebacker room. That's who he is. He's been that for a couple of years. He's on our leadership group for a reason. So his leadership in that room has not changed. I mean, this is going on for years. It's not like this is something new for Marco. And then it's been cool to see some other guys step up. We're gonna, Jake Ripp's going to be dual trained, so he's going to be able to play some inside linebacker. He's also athletic enough to be able to swing and play some edge, but we're really focused on some of his stuff at inside linebacker. And we got some young guys in there that are doing some good things. Clay Martineau, coming off his true freshman year, extremely athletic, can run. Chase Martin's done some good stuff. And we've brought in some other guys that are, as true freshmen, that are competing. So, and Bowen Phelps has had a really good spring so far. I mean, a guy that played safety for us. We know he can tackle. He's a physical player. He's coming into his own too. So excited, the spring ball Bo's had. So, but when you got a leader like Marco in that room, that's why he's one of the top leaders on our defense last year. I'm talking with Ahmed, with Tubes, with Herb. Marco is one of our top leaders on our entire defense. So seeing him even step into that role and be a voice, not only on the field but off the field, it's really cool to see. I'm really proud of Marco.
Is Phelps seeing some time at linebacker now?
Yes. Yeah, so he's full-time linebacker for us now. Obviously with our will versus dime, a lot of similarities schematically, but he's in the inside linebacker room, and he's had a really good spring.
You mentioned Jake Ripp. I know you were trying to move him more to edge. Is it changed now? Is he going to be more linebacker, you think, just now with the loss of Simpson? Yeah, I mean, just like through spring, and it's not so much even a player-driven with who's here, who's not. Some of that goes into it. We are constantly looking to see who are our best 11. Or I was asked a lot about last season, okay, why did you guys play so much dime? Well, those were our best 11. And so you're always trying to find how do you get your best 11 on the field. Yes, it will be personnel based off of what we see offensively, but we're always trying to figure out what's our best 11. We're going to have a dime package. We're going to have nickel. We're going to have Spartan. We're going to have a lot of different packages, but we're looking to see are our best guys in the right situations to be able to get on the field. And so Jake Ripp started wanting to make sure we could focus in on edge, and he had a really good spring. And now this second half of spring, he's excited to be able to really put his chips on that inside linebacker table, which he's played before. And then when we leave spring, we're going to say, okay, what is he best at? What does he help the team best at too? That might be being a starting will linebacker. It might be competing on the edge. So we're going to figure that out where he stays in summertime through after spring ball.
You mentioned Malik a little bit earlier. Just how did he look today in live scrimmage, and what kind of impact has he kind of brought to this team through spring ball so far?
Explosive. I mean, when I think about Malik, I think explosive. I mean, he's lightning in a bottle. I mean, that's just who he is. He's got a great energy about him. He's a leader. Even though a new player to our football team, how he works, how he plays this game, he's a leader, and it's cool to see that edge he plays with. A guy that has, since he's gotten here, has done everything we've asked. Falling in line, and now that he knows how we do things here, which is different than anywhere in the country, he's starting to even motivate and bring guys with him. He's had a great spring. We had a couple big-time runs today, and that's just who he is. He can catch the ball in the backfield. He's an explosive runner. He's going to be one of our top returners as well, so proud of where he's at.
Can you describe Jaden Virgin Morgan's pick six?
Yeah, it was a 4th and 1, and he was in like a jam flat drop and did a great job disguising and popped out late at the line of scrimmage, and he's a big-time athlete, popped up and got it and took off down the sideline. So, I mean, proud of Jay. I mean, when a guy practices the way Jay does, when he gets on these stages of scrimmage or games, you're not shocked of who he is. And that's where I'm open about this with our team. Your best players have to always be your best players. And heavy is the crown. And I think of Jay when I think of that. I think of other guys too, but where I don't guess if Jay's going to be ready to go into scrimmage or when we get to game 1. He will be, because he's that way in winter conditioning. He's going to be that way in summer, and that's who he is.
I got a kind of a fun one. There's a girls flag football clinic happening in the
Come on.
today.
Yeah.
Just wanted to see your thoughts on the expansion of football, especially here, but it's going to be an Olympic sport in a couple years too.
So cool. I mean, it's such an amazing game. Being able to let ladies play flag football, I think, is awesome, and continuing to raise awareness of it. Obviously, I'm a girl dad, so I'm excited to see if my girls will get out there and run around. I know our 2.5-year-old, she'll be ready to go. I mean, she'll probably try and full tackle you. We got to probably coach her up on the flags, but I think it's awesome. And just seeing it, I was at the Maxwell Awards for Ashton Genty about a month ago, and they gave out a flag football player of the year to a young lady. It was just so cool to see this becoming such an amazing sport for ladies to play.
Chris Marshall, just how motivated is he? Obviously he wanted to come out and have a big year and show that he could do it last year and couldn't. Just how personal is he taken this year? Yeah,
he's motivated. I mean, he's had a really good spring to this point. Obviously, for him, he's battled injuries his entire time here. Even today, wasn't able to do much today because of some soft tissue stuff. So it's a constant battle to get him to get his body where it is. But I'll tell you what, I mean, I am extremely proud of how he's done through spring, through 8 practices. So he's not where we need him yet, but I really like the trajectory he's on. I mean, you talk about the mentality. I mean, Garrett Hawley, our head athletic trainer, has done a phenomenal job with him, just getting his body back to where, because he's one of the top athletes as our team. And so seeing him be able to compete the way he is, he had a really good practice on Thursday. So we got to continually, we're not there yet, but man, he's stepped up.
Obviously, a guy who was a 5-star, always going to have dangerous potential.
Correct.
How dangerous of a weapon can he be fully healthy for you guys?
He could be elite. I mean, I really do believe that. Now, he's got to show it. He's got to do what it takes to get there. That starts with how he takes care of his body and a lot of these other things. But I'm seeing him start to do those things in a major way, really this whole semester. When we came back after the Fiesta Bowl and got to work, he's been on it, right? I'm not saying he's been perfect. No, nobody is. But, man, he's been on it. From how he trains in the training room to how he trains in the weight room. And then when we got to spring ball, he's been doing a great job. And so I really want him to continue to focus on that process that he's on, because if he can stay on this trajectory, he's going to be one of the better football players on our team.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, fellas.